The Trump campaign officially filed a lawsuit this morning challenging the recently confirmed results of the presidential election and the recount in Wisconsin.
Yeah, now the president's team claims multiple scenarios where absentee ballots were cast, quote, illegally. Our Rebecca Clough is looking at the suit and how the legal process plays out. We're going to get to that pretty soon, but I did have a chance to talk with Jim Trupus. He is the lead lawyer for President Trump in Wisconsin. And I asked him about why he thinks these tens of thousands of absentee ballots in Dane and Milwaukee counties should be thrown out, including his own, but not others in other counties.
City of Oconomowoc, required that you complete the application prior to your doing in-person voting. And of course, the statutes require it. So it's not something that one looks at and says, well, gee, other people violate the law, so let's go ahead and violate the law. That's not the way it works.
If the court agrees with you on this, do you think then they should look at all people who voted that way and whether they all did it legally?
I think that you raise an interesting policy question, a long-term policy question, which is very important to this litigation. That in fact, what we had was an abuse of the absentee process dramatically in Dane and Milwaukee County. It's one of the reasons their vote totals were so high. It's one of the reasons that they were able to get the kind of margins that they did. And I think because we now have that experience, we understand better how we might protect against the kind of abuses we saw this time. But that's really a policy question. It's not a legal question.
If you are successful on that, is it true that your own ballot would be deemed illegal that you voted in Dane County?
Yeah, I mean, I think that a lot of people unwittingly were drawn into, voting in a way that simply wasn't allowed under the statute. So, lawyers defend a lot of things. And in this particular instance, the results are what the results are. I wouldn't change my legal position because it might affect me or a member of my family.
There is this impression that because the governor signed the certification that this is a done deal, that the 10 electors will go to President-elect Biden. A, do you agree with that? And B, are you going to take any court action to stop that?
A, I don't agree with it. And B, yes, we're taking court action. I mean, it's a publicity stunt.
And this just in from President-elect Joe Biden's spokesperson, Nate Evans, in Wisconsin, quote, as with the Trump campaign's other legal efforts around the country, this lawsuit is completely baseless and not rooted in facts on the ground. The truth is clear. Joe Biden's decisively won Wisconsin by more than 20,000 votes, and yesterday the governor certified that result. The hundreds of thousands of Wisconsinites targeted by this lawsuit did nothing wrong.